Hey there, welcome back to Bridge Builders Academy, where we explore the world of dentistry and healthcare. So, as you all know from the title of the video, today I'm basically going to take a topic which revolves around increasing patient satisfaction in a clinic. Now, the methods or the techniques that I would be sharing, you can use it in any clinic, it's not specific to a dental clinic, but any doctor from any specialty, if they want to increase patient satisfaction and retain their patients, these methods will definitely be very helpful. Before I start today's video, I would like to give you a little background on why I chose this topic. So recently I received a call from one of the practicing dentists, and he was asking me in terms of how can they increase patient experience, how can they retain patients, um, uh, those who are visiting and getting treated by them. So if you want to retain your patient loyalty base, the first and foremost thing is obviously the patient needs to be satisfied by your services, right? By your clinic, or by the kind of treatment that you are providing to them. And also in today's time, it is very important to focus on patient experience. So patient satisfaction and experience, both of them are two different things. I'll talk about the experience in some other video later, but more or less they basically go hand in hand, right? So when talking around patient satisfaction, that's a very critical or it plays a very crucial role for the success of any healthcare facility and the provider, of course. And if you look at the private healthcare facilities now that we have, whether it's a mid-sized hospital or a large hospital, they always focus on increasing patient satisfaction, increasing the patient's loyalty base, right? What can they do? What value added service you can provide to your patients so that they always come to you, and of course they do a little bit of word of mouth marketing for you. So without further ado, let's get started into the video. So as I always say, please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, and that's the only thing that motivates me to create videos for you guys. I know I've been away since long time, but I'm just juggling between a lot of things, and that's the reason I've not been able to post regularly. But whenever I get time, I always try to give you the best possible content from my side. So let's dive into the top 5 ways that you as a healthcare provider can achieve the patient satisfaction level that you want to for your patients. So number 1 is the power of communication. Now, gone are the days where you as a doctor can enforce your patient that no, you have to undergo this particular treatment itself, right? Nowadays, patients do their own research. As we all know, they come with their own differential diagnosis, list of diagnoses that they might be feeling that they have. So the key to patient satisfaction is effective patient communication. That's the first thing that you should always do. And if you look at any good practicing physician or dentist, any specialty doctor, if it's a new patient visiting to their clinic, they will always spend a good amount of time with the patient. Make sure that you listen to your patient, whatever the patient is telling about, whether it is the symptoms, whether it is maybe they want to share some personal feelings or thoughts that they might be having with you. They're just trying to open up with you. So just listen to your patients as much as you can, especially if it's a new patient, and try to understand what concerns they have. Address their questions, no matter how silly they might sound to you, but always address their questions. So in the communication aspect, the other aspect is also about telling them the various treatment options that that particular patient might undergo. So you always give them options. Don't enforce any kind of treatment that they should follow. So it's always a good idea to let them be the driver of their own health. Let them be on the driving seat. Let them inform them well about all the treatment options, the pros and cons of all the treatment options that are available for them, and let them take the decision, right? So that's another way of building a good bond with your patients. When you do so, when you have an open and understanding kind of a communication with your patients, they will always you will always be able to build a rapport with them, and they will trust you. So the first and foremost thing is open up with your patients, have a good amount of communication with them, and help them understand which treatment is better. But don't make that decision for them, let them be the decision maker. Second is Streamline appointment management system. That's this is one of the most, again, a very crucial and very important method for increasing your patient satisfaction. So be it any patient, they always want a very smooth and an efficient appointment management system. So you can provide them option of online booking using platforms like just simple appointment management booking systems, or if you're using any kind of an electronic dental record or practice management system softwares, they come with this inbuilt functionality of online appointments. So allow for online bookings. Make sure that your staff is also well trained to handle the appointments. If you're doing a paper-based system, appointments should be effectively managed. Also, there are times, say you might be having multiple clinics, or you might be a visiting consultant in any hospital or with any other clinic, and then you have your own clinic. So sometimes travel times also takes, or there's an emergency case that you might be stuck in. So what to do in those kind of situations? If you feel that your patients are waiting, or your staff, basically it's all about how you train your staff. So if you tell your staff that if there is a wait time where it has increased from, say, 15 minutes, how can you utilize that waiting time for your patients? Either you might give them some free online resource to go through. You can provide them a free Wi-Fi connectivity, so that they can just scroll through some whatever they want to surf on internet. Of course, there has to be security when you are implementing a free Wi-Fi, so make sure that's secure enough. And or else you can give them some material to read through, something where you can utilize their wait time. The other good way of what I have seen recently is some of the clinics, some of the dentists that I have seen, and a few physicians also, that they are doing some form of, say, to earn additional income. They might be a tobacco cessation expert, or they might have some form of nutritional certification that they might have done. So if a patient is waiting, say, more than 15 minutes, they might just ask that, do you know anyone who has been using tobacco since years, or are you a tobacco user? And in that case, if that's the case, you can always give that tobacco. There is, for a tobacco cessation control and expert, there is always a form that patient needs to fill in, and this is it's like a long questionnaire that needs to be filled in. So you can provide that form to the patients and ask them to fill in. Or if you feel that they might need any kind of nutritional consultation, so you might provide, your staff might provide, or they might just give them some basic introduction to the additional services that you might be having within your clinic setup. So that's another way of utilizing your patient's wait time. Or else, if you have any associate doctor or dentist working with you, you can always ask that that physician to basically look after their patients and utilize their waiting time by taking their history and providing them the treatment guidelines and the options, everything that is possible. So these are few ways of how you can utilize the wait time if it is increasing and you've tried everything and still it is not working. So that way, again, your patients will be satisfied that, okay, I just waited for, say, maybe 15-20 minutes, and after that, at least somebody saw me. So that sense of satisfaction develops. So that's the another way. So the third way is enhancing the clinic environment. Now, when I say clinic environment, this is all about how your clinic appears to your patient. Just imagine you as a patient, right? And you're visiting a clinic which is not well maintained, or it is not pleasing to the eyes, or maybe the staff is also not that, they are not well trained and well dressed. So what kind of thoughts you would be having as a patient? So similarly, when your patients are visiting your clinic, you have to ensure that they visit in an environment which feels safer for them, and hygienic and healthier for them. So ensure that your clinic environment is clean, it is well maintained, your staff is well trained, they have a very a very pleasing personalities to while they are talking with your patients. Make sure that the seating arrangement that you have in the waiting area is comfortable for your patients. Also, like you can use some pleasant scents or maybe some soothing music, just to ease out that a little anxiety that patients usually have when they are visiting any healthcare provider, right? So these are certain ways by which you can instill positive experience for your patient and thereby increasing the satisfaction levels. Fourth is personalize the patient experience. Now every patient is unique, we know that, and personalizing their experience can go a long way in increasing the patient satisfaction level. How you can do this is by addressing the patient by their name. So if this patient has been visiting you for a long time, it is always advisable to address them by their names, and also show concerns wherever it is required. Maybe last time when the patient visited, they might have told you that they are going maybe on a vacation, or maybe there's a wedding, or they might have undergone any other medical treatment before visit, in their previous visit. So just ask about these small details, like how was the vacation, or how was your wedding, or maybe if they have undergone any kind of medical condition, maybe for example any surgery or something like that, or any small procedure also. You can ask, are you okay, are you fine, what are the medications, okay? And if suppose for example a chronic patient is visiting you, say this patient is diabetic and the patient is diabetic, it's always advisable to ask, how are your blood sugar levels now, right? Can I see your latest reports? So generally I've not seen a lot of dentists doing it. They do follow all these things, but not all of them will be asking. They will just ask, okay, are you diabetic? They generally forget. So just remembering these small details about your patients, always makes them a little more comfortable. It also creates a warm environment for them, and when they have this kind of a personalized experience, they always it's almost like building a relationship with them, right? Which always gives, or which has a lasting impression. So fifth, continuous improvement. That's one of the most emphasized factor for not just increasing the patient satisfaction, but also the overall quality of the healthcare facility. Now when I say continuous improvement, that basically involves regularly seeking patient feedback. So it can be through open conversations with your patient, it can be through a survey that you might just roll out to all your patients through maybe WhatsApp, or maybe through their emails, whatever is the chosen communication mode for them, or the preferable communication mode for them. So regularly seek patient feedback, and when you do so, always try to actively listen to what their suggestions or concerns are, and then implement them at your clinic. Try to improve your clinic or make necessary changes so that you can address their concerns and increase patient satisfaction. And always make sure that you are striving for a culture which imbibes this kind of a continuous improvement in your clinic. And say this and a very important aspect is also training to your staff. So maybe because you might be very busy dentist, right, or a doctor, visiting multiple clinics or maybe multiple hospitals as a consultant, and you don't have that much of time. So make sure that your staff is well trained, and they are the people who are actually seeking patient feedback and then communicating it to you. So imbibe this culture of continuous learning and development and improvement, which will always help you to keep your focus on increasing the patient satisfaction, and that being the topmost priority for you as a clinician and your staff. So there you have it, our top 5 ways of increasing patient satisfaction at a clinic by having an effective communication with your patients, making sure that you streamline the appointment systems, enhance the clinic environment, personalize their experience, and embracing continuous improvement will definitely make a significant impact in increasing the satisfaction levels for your patients. So that's it. And if you found this video helpful, then please subscribe to our channel, like it, and share it in the network. This might help out people who are looking out ways of enhancing their patients' experience or satisfaction levels. And thank you so much for watching this video, and remember that happy patients will always lead to a successful healthcare practice. Thank you so much once again. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye and good luck.